Okay, honey, how are you coming into the session?
Good. I'm good. I'm very blessed to get supervised on again.
Again in a short time. So, what's on your mind today? We have about 50 minutes, so
Yeah.
slightly shorter.
So I actually want to talk about a particular coaching engagement, which has already concluded, but it just has not sat well with me. And I think I want to process this a little bit on perhaps what I could have done differently or how I could have positioned myself. And
Okay,
I mean, in some ways, I wasn't very happy with the way I conducted myself as a coach.
okay. So, what would you like to get out of this brief 15-minute conversation? What would you like to get out of it at the end?
I don't know. I just feel like there's a need to talk about it. Yeah, that's all I want, and see what emerges. Um,
Okay.
and I think it's really stemming from the fact that I'm really not. Uh, you know how sometimes when we have coaching conversations, some nourishes us, some we walk away and ask ourselves, why are we doing this again? And this is definitely one of the sessions that really got me thinking in this way.
Mm, okay,
Yeah.
got it. And how would you like me to be with you?
Um, just supporting me to process my thoughts. I mean, being curious and challenging me if need be, because I could be stuck in a rut or in a blind spot which I'm not even aware of.
Okay, all right. Um, so, go ahead and tell me more about this client of yours
Yeah, it's
and what got you.
so this is with the organization, very senior, and sort of those engagements by HR where they all have to toe the line, or at least that's the story I'm telling. So, and this is very senior batch of people, and they all have to get coaching. And so here am I with this coachee for 4 sessions, and in my mind, it became very clear that the coachee was uh, again in my storytelling was just coasting. Like I mean, the coaching engagement that just felt very hollow. Everything was fine. I'm just cruise control. Don't rock the boat. Uh, I don't need any work. I'm fine actually, but I'm just here because everyone has to be working with a coach. So I mean, that didn't come out overtly, but the undercurrent was so strong, and I hated the session. Um, I was like
Mm.
pulling teeth every time
So,
I was talking.
so what were the sensations you were feeling? I mean, you said the undercurrents were very strong. How did it feel like? What did you pick up?
I felt very heavy and very tired every time I spoke with the coachee. Um, it's just like the sensation or the experience was really pulling teeth. I didn't know what to talk about. Like
It's
really,
like
like
what you're doing now, pulling.
yeah, like
You're doing
pulling
this.
teeth. It was literally the gnawing. Like what? Yeah, like why am I here? Why are you here?
Mm,
Yeah, and it
what
felt like
else?
we were forced to be there because everyone had to complete those sessions. It wasn't like one session; it was 4 sessions, and was just a very unpleasant experience.
Mm. So what were you telling yourself?
The coachee doesn't want to be here, just playing along, just towing the line. Yeah, and it was a lot of storytelling in my head. I mean, this person doesn't want to change, very happy with, very comfortable where they are. No impetus to change. Like, oh, you know how sometimes as coaches we're supposed to establish a burning platform, right? I mean, something's burning, then you need to lose weight, you need to do this, you need to do that. If you don't, something's gonna fall apart. Da, 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 da.
Mm.
And
Mm.
essentially there was never any burning platform nor any interest to uh explore in that direction. Or at least that was the sense that I was getting. It's strange as I talk about it, I feel like myself, I'm even getting worked up as I just like this anger or this frustration that's
Yeah,
coming out for me, even as I express this. Yeah, that's weird.
yeah, because the coaching engagement is concluded, you said, right? And yet
Yeah.
you are so energetic about, you know, with your gestures, and it's coming across very strongly. And so what do you notice about this frustration or anger, you said? Where do you feel it?
My whole body, it just feels very heavy. I mean, uh, I feel my heart rate rising, my temperature rising as I talk about it, and I feel like I'm even starting to speak faster as I recount the story.
Mm. Did you pick up anything from the coachee in these 4 sessions? I know you
Um,
are very good at picking up these sensations, right?
it felt like the coachee was just just buying time, just yeah, like didn't want to be there, but polite enough to in a way play along, and that's what made it even worse, right? I mean, just tell me you don't want to be there, and I did wonder whether I could have just flagged it out. Hey, you know what are we talking about here? What is it that we want to get out from these sessions?
Mm,
Maybe I didn't have enough courage to call out the elephant in the room.
not enough courage. What's that about? What was holding you back?
Um, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't know what held me back. I wonder whether, I mean, it was almost like maybe this hesitance or this fear to uh, label this engagement as a failure, like a non-starter. This is not a coaching conversation. This is not a coaching engagement. Yeah, but I
Mm.
can feel that tension in me, that not say confusion, but this grappling, because it's not. I don't think so, but it's almost like there's this fear that it is. Yeah,
So were you in doubt? What were you grappling with?
I was really struggling with. I didn't feel like the session was going anywhere. It was just like we're just going around in circles. Um,
Are you comfortable with that?
I wasn't. I wasn't, and I wondered whether the coachee picked it up, right? Yeah, it was like when I asked the coachee how was the session towards the end, and then the coachee would just say, yeah, it was good to talk things through. It was like, we were just talking, we were just talking about the same thing, and there wasn't really anything to follow up, or it was like, okay, I mean, was it
Mm.
helpful? Was it? Yeah, it was good to talk about things, to talk through things. So it's like I didn't buy it, and I didn't. Yeah, so I don't know whether it was my relationship with the coachee, or even my relationship with myself.
Mm. You know, before, I mean, when we started, right, I contracted with you. I asked you what is it that you want to talk about, and what do you want to walk away with. I'm just curious if, you know, reflecting on contracting with him, did you have the opportunity to do that?
No, I think, yeah, I mean, I think that's probably a good line of inquiry. I mean, clearly the agreement, the contracting between me and the coachee could have been a lot better. I'm trying to recall, because I mean this was in the past, right? Not, but it wasn't that long ago. Um, there was one or two times I asked, is there anything in particular, sort of as an outcome, that we want to get out from the coaching sessions, and it wasn't really a committal
Mm-hmm.
answer.
Mm.
So we were like constantly, I felt like I was constantly fishing for something to talk about. Yeah.
It feels like you are doing the hard work.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Oh yeah. That's exactly how it felt like.
And or the trying to dig it out from him,
Yeah.
and how is this landing on him?
Oh, I don't know, man. I mean, yeah. As I recount this, I do remember something very clearly. I was so relieved when the sessions were over. I was so relieved.
Wow.
But then here am I still like grinding over it, because it just left
Yeah.
it's such a terrible experience, right? To want to, it's like good riddance, that sort of experience, which was completely like, what the heck?
That's not what you want to do.
Yes, I don't know what to do. Yeah. So
So what did you learn from this experience that might help you in future sessions? What did you notice about yourself when you were in those situations that will help you to remind you?
I've wondered whether I could have just been like blatantly honest about how I was finding the sessions. Like maybe sharing that, you know what, I actually wonder, I don't actually know where the sessions are going. And I don't actually know
Mm.
what you want to get out from the sessions. So being like just brutally direct with the person, right? And like, and see what happens.
But I know you can do that.
I know, right?
But
I
what is it
can.
about this person? What about this person?
I
Or is
don't
it the
know.
organization?
I
What
don't
about
think there's
contracting with the
anything.
organization?
Yeah, I mean, well, but the thing was that the person wanted to work. So it's how one of those things where the coachee will pick you from a list of profiles, right? So this person actually elected to work with me. Um,
Hmm. How did that feel?
so well, it didn't feel good, from it was downhill all the way. I mean, it felt good at the start, but after each session, was like, oh man, Yeah, I just wanna be done. Yeah.
Okay. You started at the top. I mean, it feels good to be selected,
Yeah.
but somewhere along that line, something happened
Mm.
and it stopped you from. Hmm, I wonder if there's, you're giving your power away.
Like like what difference threshold it's crossed that line.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So let's not label it, but how do does that resonate? I mean, that's just how it's coming across to me. That you are, a strong coach, and strangely in this situation, you're not as open as sharing, and
Yeah.
yeah, it comes across like you're giving your power away. And I'm wondering if, how is that in relation to the organization, keeping in mind that they are actually the one who contracted or brought you in.
Yeah, I think, in retrospect, could I have had a conversation with the organization? Yes, but I'll share with you what's coming up for me now, though. Um,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest, I'm still not clear whether I could have done anything differently, although I think I could have. What exactly it is, um, I don't know, but I think that's actually secondary. I'll share with you what's coming up for me. So as I share and we talk about
Yeah,
this, what's coming up for me is actually the need to move on. So I think I'm still beating myself up from that engagement, and I think I don't know. It's interesting when you talk about it. The word that came up for me was kindness. I need to be. Uh, I need to let this go. I think as a coach, um, you have good days, you have bad days. It's just one of those days. And I
mm,
think uh, in talking about it, the festering is done. I'm ready to move on. And just some things just don't work out. Yeah, of course I could have done something differently. I should have, would have, could have. And I will. But I think the more important lesson for me is that it's done. It's time to move on. Yeah.
yeah, I think what resonated for me is that be kind to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, you are a good coach, you're a powerful coach, and this could be one of those that is when you're not at your best.
Mhm.
It's finding that resilience to come back, right? If you talk about mindfulness, coming back to your powerful self again.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you do that even in situations like this?
Uh, well, and next time I'll call a supervisor. I'll process in the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, no, honestly,
Yeah.
honestly, jokes aside, right? I think it would have been quite actually interesting and useful to process this with someone, right? Because it was just me struggling and festering and carrying the weight with me by myself.
Mm,
So this is the first time I'm talking about this session, right? About this particular situation, and I think, um, yeah. So why wait until the session has been over, right? So that could have been an intervention in itself, right? After maybe the second or even the third session to process this for my own sanity and for any adjustments to be made as part of
yeah.
the engagement, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, and sometimes, as you say, when you're helpless, sometimes you just need someone to be there to sort of process it together.
Yes.
Which yeah.
And that's what we're talking about, right? How important this container is, where we can download, we can reflect and learn and rejuvenate, so that we can carry on again to
Mm,
support another person, another coachee or mentee in our most resourceful self.
yeah.
So I'm aware of time. So are you happy to close here for now?
Yeah. I'm happy. Thank you, Michelle, for processing this with me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for sharing.